Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I know what some of you are saying right now. I know exactly what some of you are saying. Look at that. I knew he wasn't really a Dallas Cowboy fan. He's holding a Redskin helmet. He's a closet Redskin fan. Take a good look. Take a good look. Look at the Chief there and look at his hand. Hand over face. Because he's embarrassed to be on the helmet of the Redskins. Interesting thing. We are in a new climate right now where things are changing throughout the world as well as the NFL. The Washington Redskins, who have always been asked about their name, who some deem a racist name. Dan Snyder has been pretty adamant about not changing the name. Well, in this new climate, people are beginning to put more and more pressure on it. Now, the Redskins proactively took Bobby Mitchell, who was the first player integrated with the Washington Redskins. The Washington Redskins were the last team to integrate. Even though the NFL started integrating black players in 1949, it wasn't until the 60s for the Washington Redskins to finally get a black player. They have now since retired Bobby Mitchell's number. Also, to kind of promote a little better feeling, they've taken down the statue to Preston Marshall, their former owner, at FedEx Field. Excuse me, not at FedEx Field, at RFK Stadium. Now, the Washington, D.C. government has basically said, if you ever want to come back to Washington, you'll need to change your name. I don't think they really want to come back to Washington because they actually have on the Maryland ballot a gambling license for gambling at their stadium. So it's like, go back to D.C. where there's not legalized gambling, or go to Maryland where we can have gambling at the stadium. I think D.C. is a far cry, so I don't think that's going to be the pressure. But last night, 87 investment firms got together with sponsors of the Washington Redskins. We're talking about Tostitos, we're talking about Pepsi, we're talking about FedEx, and they went to them as investors with billions of dollars that are invested into these entities and said, we want you to put pressure on the Washington Redskins to change their name, or else we'll stop investing in you. That was the first shot fired. The second shot fired is now FedEx. FedEx, who the field is named after. Now, why FedEx actually wants to have their name associated with that toxic waste dump, and let's make no mistake about it, that stadium was built on the cheap by Jack Kent Cooke, who knew he was dying, but I have to at least give it to him that he used his own money to build it. He didn't get any money from D.C., Maryland, or Virginia. He used his own money, and it shows. And it shows that they ended up doing it in a hurry because it's one of the worst stadiums in the NFL and needs to be replaced. And apparently it won't be replaced in D.C. But anyway, FedEx has now gone to the Washington Redskins and said, change your name. Change your name. And FedEx has a little bit of pull because they spent $205 million. $205 million to put their name on the stadium. So the question you have to ask is, will the Redskins' name change or will the name of the stadium change? Definitely a lot more pressure put on Dan Snyder to look elsewhere. And I've told you what the Redskins can do. They can keep the name Redskins. Just put a Redskin potato on the helmet. That's all you got to do. You got your name. And it's not racist because we all love some Redskin potato. Some Redskin potato salad or some Redskin potato fries, where you still got the skin on it, deep fried. Oh man, get a little bit of the vinegar on there, the malt vinegar with the Redskin French fries. Oh man, that's better than the Redskins. I'm telling you, that's better than the Redskins because that stuff they serve at their stadium. They once sold peanuts that were passcode. Passcode. Yeah. So the Redskins. I'd like to know, what would you like to call them if they're not the Washington Redskins? I still say the Washington Redskin Potatoes. Give me your suggestion. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, shit just got real for Dan Snyder. I'll see you guys soon.